Buenos días o buenas tardes ahora, bienvenidos a la quinta semana, semana 5. Y vamos a cubrir capítulo 4. So, welcome to week 5. We're going to be doing chapter 4 this week, and the video you're watching will be placed here. The objectives and goals. Okay, you're going to be able to talk about and describe daily routines and activities, be able to distinguish between when someone is talking about things that are close by or far away. Okay, be able to recognize and use in brief spoken exchanges words associated with the patient intake form on part 2. Students will be able to talk and write about their daily routines, what order they do certain things, what time they do certain things, using both regular verbs as well as reflexive verbs. You also become familiar with and learn how to talk about and ask for vital signs. You'll be able to refer to direct objects by their pronouns and use them to avoid repetition when talking. You'll be able to describe actions in progress, actions that are going on right now using the present progressive structure. You'll also be able to discuss how long certain things have been going on for using hace que. And you'll be able to use certain idiomatic expressions that make their language sound more natural. So things like hay que. So the first thing to do, obviously, is watch this video, read the textbook, and complete the corresponding My Spanish Lab activities. Study the vocabulary terms and take the vocabulary quiz 1 in Blackboard. Review the pages in the textbook about daily routines and reflexive verbs. You'll complete the written exercise about your daily routine. There will also be a quiz in My Spanish Lab, so it's kind of a heavy week. This is actually probably the heaviest week that you're going to have. It gets a little bit easier. You'll study the vocabulary, take the vocabulary quiz number 2 in Blackboard. You'll turn in Diálogo 5 on Dialogue 5 on Wednesday, February 7th. And Diálogo 6 will be due on Sunday, February 11th. I'm sorry, Wednesday, February 7th, Sunday, February 11th. Also, the Sunday before, you handed in your cultural presentations. What I'd like you to do is watch 2 of your classmates' presentations and make comments on them. And don't forget to log your own hours of language and cultural contact. Okay. So the lista de temas, a little bit more specific. You have the Semana 5 plan. Okay. So that should help you with the My Spanish Lab activities. Chapter 4 is covering pages 100, excuse me again, through 129. Okay. The first vocabulary quiz is on Blackboard, and you can find those terms with the patient intake form part 2. And then you will take the quiz. Okay. You'll have a little grammar quiz in My Spanish Lab. Again, you'll be logging in your cultural contact hours. But there's also a second vocabulary quiz, and this one is associated with Vital Signs Part 1. Okay. And again, this quiz will also be on Blackboard. You'll get in touch with your new dialogue partner to do Dialogues 5, due Wednesday, February 7th, and 6, which is due February 11th on that Sunday. Okay. There is a writing exercise this week, as well as making comments on your classmates' language and cultural contact presentations. Okay. So if I click on the quiz 1 vocabulary, excuse me again, okay, you will see the patient intake form. You'll watch the little video, okay, and then you will take the quiz. Okay, there will be 1 attempt, and you will be given 5 minutes to complete it. And this time the computer will actually grade the quiz automatically. Okay. Now, if I go back to Semana 5, Quiz 2 de vocabulario 2. If I click on that link, then I see a little video about vital signs, part 1. And here you will have a quiz. This will be 15 minutes because there's a little bit more to put into this quiz. Okay? And this is one that I will grade manually. Okay? The next thing in the week were the diálogos, diálogos 5. The dialogues are not going to change in how you do those. Okay? Okay, so dialogue 5 is one person will be the surgeon at first, and the second person is a patient, and this patient will be a 45-year-old newly arrived immigrant from Ecuador, and this patient is going to be having outpatient surgery in the morning. So you'll have what we've always had with the appropriate greetings and introductions. You want to find out the patient's name, how to spell the first and last name, how he or she is feeling today, if they have any questions about the surgery. And I'd like you to have at least one question. Okay? Don't just say no. How she or he is going to return home after the surgery, who's going to prepare the dinner, get the medicine, and what is the patient going to do upon arriving home. Okay? Let the patient know you will see him or her in the morning, the thank yous and appropriate goodbyes. Okay? So that's diálogo 5. Diálogo 6 is between a nurse and a patient with the flu. Okay, so one person will be the nurse, the other will be the patient who has the flu. And remember, just like before, you had to switch roles, do these conversations twice. And again, we've got the normal, greetings, introductions, finding out the name, date of birth. Also, you want to find out if the patient's hungry, thirsty, tired, hot, cold, sleepy. Okay. And actually, I will fix that. It should only be one or the other. Sleepy and tired are very similar. Okay. Tell your partner that he or she has to drink a lot of water, has to call you if there's a problem breathing, and has to be careful. Okay. Thank him or her and the appropriate goodbyes. And make sure, too, that, you're including vocabulary and expressions you've been learning in the textbook when appropriate. Okay. Make sure, too, that, when you're speaking to one another, for example, the patient says, me siento muy mal, don't just move on to the next question without making some sort of comment like, lo siento, va a sentirse mejor muy pronto. Okay. Acknowledge their statement. Okay. So that's diálogo 6. Okay. The next link was over the práctica escrita. Okay. So review and study the steps below. Okay. Prior to completing the written assignment, when you feel comfortable with the vocabulary and structures, okay, you'll click on the link, okay, and you're going to, I apologize, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, you'll click on the link and submit your writing assignment. Okay, okay, so, and here's where you can attach your writing. Okay, so the instructions for the writing is, what is your daily routine? Using 80% of the verbs provided, so you don't have to use them all. Okay, write a paragraph in which you describe what you do every day to get ready for work or school. Make sure you include times. Okay. You can also use connectors to help you in your narration. Things like primero, luego, después, más tarde, por último, etc. Okay. But note that not all the verbs are going to be requiring you to use the reflexive. Okay. So again, you'll write that, and you will either write the submission here, or if you prefer to do it on a Word doc, you can attach it here. And when you are done, you will submit. Let move this down. You'll submit at the very bottom. Okay. The very last thing in Semana 5, or I'm sorry, not the last thing, second to the last thing are the comments on your partner's or your classmates, your classmates' presentations. So this week you will watch at least 2 of your classmates' language and cultural presentations, and you will post comments in English. And the comments is I want you to talk or mention what you liked specifically about their presentation, what you think can be improved on for next time, and what did you learn about it. And so when you click on that link, currently it takes you to a blank spot as no one has submitted a presentation yet. But once Sunday has come and gone and the presentations are posted, you will be able to click on 2 people's presentation and reply in a comment. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions about that, if that seems unclear. Okay, now the last thing is going to be verb conjugation and question forming. This is the recurso, so these are just some extra things, some extra PowerPoints over reflexives, demonstratives, direct object pronouns, and present progressive, okay, and ACK. So these are just some extra PowerPoints to help you out. Okay, so I know that this week is quite a busy week. This will be the heaviest week, like I said, between now and the end of the semester. So like always, please let me know if you have any questions or if something seems unclear. Y gracias.